How's it going, VC? It's me, Roger, back with some amazing VCLT. I got this package today. Oh. I got a box in the mail from the one and only Blake WurtzDB71. I meant to look up his channel. I'll look it up and I'll leave a link below. He hasn't made a video in a bajillion years, but I think his channel's still up there. He didn't like go and delete his videos or anything, but you're one of the original VC people, like Blake of the Blake sleeve. Anyway, and we've struck up a friendship outside of YouTube, and I haven't met the guy yet. We were talking about meeting up for. I'm getting ahead of myself here. We thought about meeting up in Asheville for the Make Noise 10-year anniversary, and anyway, he went to this thing. Make Noise 10-year celebration weekend. Man, I really wanted to go. It's only about a 6-hour drive or something. And Make Noise, I've got my Make Noise Renee shirt on. You're listening to my Make Noise stuff going in the background, which is the stuff in the foreground here with all the pink cable, pink and white cables, my Eurorack stuff. I've got a couple of Ocos and a shared system. And he had contacted me actually some time ago about synthesizers, and he got himself an Ocos and was like, oh, I like it, but it's somewhat... Anyway, I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but he not only went to the Make Noise 10-year celebration, he picked up his own shared system right from Make Noise. So that is awesome. I would love to meet Anthony Rolando, founder of Make Noise. I think that guy's a genius. I think I've talked about him before. I mean, he's like self-taught electronics, electronic music. Was fascinated with electronic music. It was like, spent his time in the library and taught himself and started building modules. And now, 10 years. So 10 years. That's awesome. And so he was like, "Oh, I'll send you some swag." And I'm like, "Oh, great!" I was expecting things like this. This is cool. A little tin with the this is the old Maths logo. If you know anything about Eurorack and Make Noise Maths, is like you gotta have it. I mean, it's one of those modules that is like really mind bending to get your head around what all you can do with it. I mean, it doesn't. Well, you can make it make sound, but it's a utility. But maths is. I love it. And like stickers, yes, I love it. We give a fox and fur design. I don't know what that is exactly. Something from Ashville, North Carolina. Of course, Make Noise. Yeah, I love my shared system. Blake, if you're watching, I'm really wondering how you're getting on with your shared system. It's deep. It's deep. Here's a good one. Yeah, this is what it looks like over there sometimes. And a bunch of postcards. Yeah, I wish I could have gone. I really do. I was looking through that little booklet, and there's apparently a record store right across the street from Make Noise place. And they reintroduced one of these rare modules from early in their history, the QMMG, the Quad Multi-Mode Gate, which has like a bajillion Vactrols in it. And I'm just gonna ramble here. About a Vactrol. The Vactrol was a big part of the Buchla sound, and instead of it's part of the voltage-controlled amplifier, but instead of the sort of envelope sort of thing that the Moog thing does, it uses these things called Vactrols, which are kind of old-fashioned technology. They are not really. There's not much use for them anymore, except in making cool synthesizer gear. And they've been kind of the rare earth materials and some of the hazardous stuff that they've been like outlawed. The materials that are used to make Vactrols have been outlawed in the EU, and so anyway, they got a hold of some and they put together these QMMGs. And so the Vactrol, how the Vactrol works, it has an LED and then it has a light-sensitive sort of thing behind it, and then you kind of send voltage at it to turn on that light, and then as the light dims, that gives you your envelope. So in a booklet, make noise kind of thing, like low pass gate situation, you like ping it with a trigger or gate, turns on the light, and then the light, you know, fades, you know, slower than just on off, and then that photosensitive thing sends voltage to whatever you're controlling. So it has this lovely, you know, has this lovely sound. It's very percussive yet. Anyway. So anyway, the QMMG has a zillion of them because it's a quad gate with like a bunch of, you know, strike points and blah blah blah. $660 just for this module. He's like, I'll get you one if you want. I'm like, that's thank you very much, but I have to get a new case, and I'm really trying to limit it to what I have. Anyway, so back troll. So yeah, for a limited time, and they were available there. I assume Blake didn't get one because he'd have to get a new case. Anyway, and I was looking through this little booklet, and you know, here's Tony Rolando at NAMM 2010. Here he is 5 years later. The whole crew, like, you know, 2010 was basically him. Now it's got a little company. And I think they're awesome. So, Blake, if you just sent me this. Just like these stickers in that booklet that I could look through, and there's like an interview with Richard Devine, and like pictures of their old modules, the original modules. I would have been really happy, made me feel like, oh yeah, I've gone. Yeah, that's cool. He also sent me a T-shirt. So ooh, it's so soft. I haven't looked at it, but it's a special 10-year. Nice, huh? Make noise on the back. And I do love their aesthetic. Some people, you know, they go, oh, their fonts are hard to read. It's too quirky. And I'm like, too quirky? Is there such a thing? Very excited. You know how I like my black T-shirts, and love it, love it, love it, love it. Blake, thank you so much. Now I'm in like blown away territory. But no, there's more. And I had no idea that they were going to do this. And I was looking in the booklet. I'm not sure if they repress these or what. Look at that. Make Noise Records. Shared System Series. Holy crap. 5 7-inches, the complete shared system series. That's how the shared system got its name. So yeah, Richard Devine, Alessandro Cortini, Robert Abriariki Lowe, Keith Fullerton Whitman, and Sura Chai. These are long out of print. Did they repress these for the 10th anniversary? They must have. They must have. That is so cool. I thought these were like way out of print. So yeah, the story of the shared system is that by the time Tony had enough modules to make a whole like instrument, which was kind of his, well, at that point a goal to have like a self-contained instrument, he built one and then gave it to his friend Richard Devine. And said, hey, make some tracks, but only using this thing, and then we'll give it to someone else. You know, we'll give it to Alessandro Cortini, and you know, give it to him, and then we'll have them make these records. It's kind of a promotional, I guess, for. But the idea was be the shared systems, in the idea that everyone shared the same system. It wasn't until later that I think people were clamoring. First of all, for the CV shared bus. I'm off in the weeds, but you know, only the CV shared bus was available in the shared system. People wanted that, and so you could get that system, but then the cases were made by someone else. And anyway, you can actually get shared systems now fairly easy. Yeah, they're expensive, but they're amazing. They're amazing instruments, and they pair really well with the inexpensive O-Coast. 2 O-Coasts and a shared system, and it's like, wow. But this, God, I can't believe it. Thank you, Blake. Wow. Some real vinyl in this VCLT, and now I'm in like, holy crap, Blake. we do have to meet up. I've never been to Asheville. I've never been to Charlotte. I've always wanted to go see the Biltmore. And I'd love to go see the Moog Factory. I'd love to go see Make Noise. Get Tony Rolando's autograph. Anthony had broken his arm or something skateboarding. He needs to stay off that skateboard. And Blake was like, I didn't want to bug him to sign something, but Blake, wow, so cool, so very cool. Make Noise. Yeah, I'm a Make Noise fanboy. You know, if I could, I would have all their modules. I want all their modules, and they just discontinued one that was really interesting, the Mysteron, which was another Tom Erb collaboration. And I'm like, oh god. All right, thank you, Blake. Thanks for hanging out. I just wanted to share. Old-time VC guy. Really honored to be friends with him, and one day we shall meet, and I will buy you dinner and a record. Thank you. See y'all later. Bye.